joining us this morning for our service of Multifaith readings and reflection. My name is Bavli, and I'm one of the spiritual care practitioners here at Mackenzie Health. Throughout this service, you will see prayers and scriptures, which represent some of our multi-faith community. We encourage everyone to participate in all aspects of the service and to enjoy and celebrate those aspects that you have found most supportive and helpful to you. We hope that everyone will learn something new today, and in that spirit, keep an open mind throughout. Today's theme of our service is on friendship. So we're going to start with an opening reflection, and this is a poem by Helen Rice. Friendship is a priceless gift that cannot be bought or sold, but its value is far greater than a mountain made of gold. For gold is cold and lifeless, it cannot see or hear, and in your times of troubles, it is powerless to cheer. It has no ears to listen and no heart to understand. It cannot bring you comfort or reach out a helping hand. So when you ask God for a gift, be thankful that He sends not diamonds, pearls, or riches, but the love of a real, true friend. Our next reading comes to us from the Hindu tradition, and this is taken from the Vedas. Let us have concord with our own people, and concord with people who are strangers to us. The divine twins create between us and the strangers a unity of hearts. May we unite in our minds, unite in our purposes, and not fight against the divine spirit within us. Let not the battle cry arise amidst many slain, nor the arrows of the war god fall with the break of day. Our next reading comes to us from the Jewish tradition, and this is taken from Psalm 133. Behold, how good and pleasant is it when brothers dwell in unity. It is like the precious oil upon the head, running down upon the beard of Aaron, running down on the collar of his robes. It is like the dew of Hermon, which falls on the mountains of Zion, for there the Lord has commanded the blessing, life forevermore. Our next reading comes to us from the Muslim tradition, and this is taken from the Quran. Hold fast altogether to Allah's rope, and be not divided amongst yourselves. Remember, with gratitude, with Allah's favor on you, you were enemies, and He enjoyed your hearts in love, so that by His grace you became brethren. You were on the brink of a fiery pit, and He saved you from it. Thus does Allah make His signs clear to you, that you may be guided. Let there arise out of you one community, inviting to all that is good, enjoying what is right, and forbidding what is wrong. Those will be prosperous. Be not like those who are divided amongst themselves and fall into disputes after receiving clear signs. For them is a dreadful penalty. Our next reading comes to us from the Christian tradition, and this is taken from the book of Sirach. When you gain a friend, gain him through testing, and do not trust him hastily. For there is a friend who is such at his own convenience, but will not stand by you in your day of trouble. And there is a friend who changes into an enemy, and will disclose a quarrel to your disgrace. And there is a friend who is a table companion, but will not stand by you in your day of trouble. In your prosperity he will make himself your equal, and be bold with your servants. But if you are brought low, he will turn against you, and will hide himself from your presence. A faithful friend is a sturdy shelter. He that has found one has found a treasure. There is nothing so precious as a faithful friend, and no scales can measure his excellence. A faithful friend is an exceller of life, and those who fear the Lord will find him. Whoever fears the Lord directs his friendship aright, for as he is, so is his neighbor also. Our next reading comes to us from the Buddhist tradition, and this is taken from the book of the Udana. It is by dealing with a man that his virtues to be known, and that too after a long time, not by one who gives it a passing thought or a thought at all, by a wise man and not by a fool. It is by association that a man's integrity is to be known. It is in times of trouble that his fortitude is to be known. It is by conversing with him that a man's wisdom is to be known, and that too after a long time, not by one who gives it a passing thought or a thought at all, by a wise man and not by a fool. Good morning again, everyone, and thank you for joining us for our service of Multifaith readings and reflection this morning. As I mentioned earlier, our theme is on friendship, and so I would like to offer you a few words on the theme of friendship. So, it was a Sunday evening, and we're playing basketball. Some of you might know me already. I love playing basketball. I love watching it. It's a big part of my life. So, usually Sunday nights we have pick-up basketball with me and a few of my friends. So it felt like any ordinary evening until the moment when one of my friends went down and he began to scream. We crowded around him and he was holding his leg. A few scans later, we took him over to the hospital and we found out that he had torn his Achilles. So he's currently recovering at home, and he'd like to think he'll be back on the court within 7 months, but, we'll give him a year. So, I've been over to his house a few days, a week since the injuries occurred. Everyone has been supportive to him, and his work even got him a special device that allows him to be elevated so he can do his work. He's a brother and a dear friend of mine. Why is it that we are drawn to some people more than others? What makes us want to maintain a friendship? Friendships are like a lifeline. Connected with like-minded people who genuinely care about one another is a gift we take for granted all too often. Friends are people we feel good with. Some make us laugh, some hear us out, and really listen to our hearts. Others support us when the going gets tough, and still others just hang with us when we need some downtime. A true friend holds up a mirror in which we can see ourselves. They are the ones who show us our strengths when all we see is weakness. They point out our good character traits like courage and loyalty when we are down on ourselves. They remind us of past accomplishments and spur us into our future. They build into our lives, and we are richer for having spent time with them. We come away with a stronger sense of who we are because we have been together. But friends don't just expose our good qualities. They call it how it is. They are people in our lives who aren't afraid to tell us what they really think and who hold us accountable when we're out of line. They speak the truth in love, and in the process, make us better. Be mindful of the mirror you hold up for your friends. Do you reflect back to them the goodness you find in their hearts and in their character? Are you able to lovingly reveal the areas in their lives they need to work on? Being in a hospital bed right now, you might be even asking, where are my friends? No one has been here today to see me, and I'm not sure if anyone will come today. Friendships are not easy and could be a challenge to maintain. Sometimes we tell ourselves that I don't have any real friends. I only have acquaintances who come to me when they need something. Our readings today point to this challenge and show us what kind of characteristics a good friend has. The Hindu reading points to a unity of mind and purpose between friends. The Jewish reading reminds us that when we are united in love with a friend, it is the greatest blessing to have. The Christian reading alludes to a friendship as being precious on a scale that cannot even measure the true essence of its beauty. The Muslim reading reminds us that friendship is about a community that has been united by Allah's favor and love for all of us. A community that is held together by the love that we have for each other. We have amazing staff here who create and foster a community within this hospital. So you might be wondering, where are my friends? I challenge you to maybe keep in your mind the nurse who spends a few extra minutes with you. Maybe the patient in the next bed who constantly talks and might not make any sense to you. Maybe keep in mind the spiritual care practitioner, the social worker, the physiotherapist, the occupational therapist, and anyone else who comes to your bedside and listens to your story. If we can see that we are connected, then friendships and links will be created amongst ourselves. So my friend that I alluded to earlier, still at home recovering, and has begun to work a few days during the week, He's had successful surgery to repair his Achilles. I know it pains him to stay at home because he's a very active individual. I've been keeping him company, trying to keep his mind off the fact that he's at home all the time. And I know it's not really making a difference because he wants to be out there playing sports. However, he does appreciate the company, and we are always sharing good laughs and creating that community that is important for him. So I want to leave you with a quote from Helen Keller. Walking with a friend in the dark is better than walking alone in the light. And now we will have a concluding reading. Bless this day and keep me safe and whole, kind and compassionate. Bless my path today and help me to act with wisdom and live in perpetual gratitude. Bless my human family who are everywhere and everyone. Bless the creatures and plants, and may all life be blessed on this day. Thank you so much for joining us for today's service of Multifaith Readings and Reflection. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And if you need to connect with spiritual care, you can talk to your nurse and they know how to contact us. As well, the spiritual care icon on your iPads has our contact information, so you can also reach out to us. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and we will see you next week on Tuesday at 11 a.m. Thank you, everyone.